I have no idea. There we go. There was no countdown. Welcome, world, to another Now That's Debatable. The software we are using, I'm hearing a serious echo on my end. Are you hearing one at all?
No,
I need to turn
you
that
sound
back
good to
down,
me.
see if that works. Let me know, folks, if you guys are out there hearing the echo at all. Program we are using is allowing us to do some different things that kind of excited about, but at the same time, did not know I was going to be able to do it until about 10 minutes ago. So forgive us for the tardiness. Hello, Mary Ballard. How are you? No echo. Excellent. I want to let you guys know something. With the software, it looks like we are that now we could be on YouTube as well. So we're trying to figure all this out. We should also be in the group. Dion, you'll let me know if you can see us in the group too or not.
We are in the group.
Okay, so there we go. So we should be on my page. We should be in the group. Dion will
I
add.
don't see you on your page.
Okay, well that's
I
most.
just see it in the group.
All right, well that's most unfortunate because it should be on my page as well. Um, we should be on YouTube also. Dion, I'm
Oh
shooting
wait,
you.
there it goes. There it goes.
Oh,
Okay,
all
I
right,
got you.
all right. So should be good to go. Cheryl Ann is with us. What up, Cheryl? It's been a minute. It's been a while. Mary, how are you? We are good. I'm trying to figure this new system out here. Um, and we will get it right. We got a fun show lined up for you guys, though. So let me get to what my job is supposed to be. Welcome, boom, to another Now It's Debatable with your host, Sydney Smith, my co host there on my side, my brother Dion Curry. We are here to bring it to you. We want to see those emojis often, often, often. And also, we would like to ask you to click that share button. I want to warn you, you will hear that several more times before the end of the show. But we got a fun show lined up. Dion, how you doing, brother? What's good, man?
I'm good. I finally feel back to 100% health wise. No more nasal congestion and drip and cough and just mucus and whatnot. Had some shows this weekend that were pretty decent. Worked with a comic named Ahmed Weinberg. He's a Muslim Jew who's a ginger and balding, so he was cool. And
A
our
Muslim who's ginger and balding?
yeah, his
Okay.
parents converted to Judaism, but they
Muslim.
converted to Muslim,
Yeah.
but they were Jews before, and so
Wow,
he's
that.
got some he's got some funny bits about that, and he was super cool, very chill. And our MC Dustin Burker, shout out to him. He's super cool. Just young. He's young in the comic game, getting his feet wet and getting better each show I see him on. So shout out
Excellent.
to him.
Excellent.
But
Look at Dion being the old head in the comedy game.
yeah, man, I'm teaching my class tomorrow, so you know, here's to the comedy game get better.
There you go. Hey, Mary says she's sick this week, so Mary, get well soon. It is a bitch, as you and saw with me and Dion last week. It was a lot. It was a lot, but get better, get better, get better. Also, she has loved and shared it, so thank you for that, Mary. Again, I see we got a few eyeballs on us. Thank you guys for joining the show. Forgive me. I know Mary says she doesn't hear it, but if you hear an echo, I do apologize. We are working with some new software tonight, and I got some adjustments I'm going to have to make on my end, I think. Anyway, so I had a great week myself. It's been very busy. A lot of auditions for some actors. Getting ready to shoot my third film in March. So in the middle of that, just had a great call with my DP. For people out there who don't know what that means, my director of photography. Great call with him. We're gonna sit down tomorrow for a meeting to do some storyboarding and so on and so forth. So really, really looking forward to it. I love comedy, but I love writing and shooting film just as much. And I feel like with every project, I learn a little more, a little more, a little more, as you should with anything. So I just love it, man. And it's been a great process. Got some good things coming. Dion and I got some things coming with this podcast. Got some things coming with my other pod. For those of you who were fans of the true crime podcast, Murderous, it'll be back next month. So keep your ears open for that to be dropping back onto your phone, I should say. Mary is the only one talking. I want to see some other people get in here, jump in here. I see a Facebook user here says, "Hey everyone, I cannot see your name, but thank you for being an awesome person and watching and saying, hey everyone, I do appreciate it." I'm not sure if Dion can see the name at all there.
I cannot.
Okay. All right. I do sound far away, so see, I knew there was something up. I knew there was something up. I wonder if
I,
you can hear me.
hello? I can hear you now, but I got an echo.
You got an echo now. So yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we gotta do that. So that's there. All right.
New software, guys. Give us a second. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, did an
You know,
update and didn't realize it was gonna make this big of a change. So I do apologize. But let's go ahead and jump into the show.
Michelle Nagata says, "Hey, everyone." That might be her.
That's who that is. What's up, Michelle? How are you? How are you? With this new software or this new update, Dion and I might have to switch up some duties here.
Okay. Let me know, Captain. I'll do what I can.
I told you, you drop in with the you drop in with the. How do I sound now, Dion? Can you hear me? Okay.
You sound quieter to me now.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. I had to figure out how to fix it, but that's what I figured out. All right, this so. Can you hear me? Okay. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you great.
All right, so here we go. Hey, Michelle Martin, what is going on? Happy Monday to you, Michelle. To one of my favorite Michelles, I'm so glad to see you have joined us. So we have a fun show lined up. If you guys haven't noticed, we've tried to make the show a little more light, a little more fun. There's been a lot of craziness going on in the world, and we want to kind of stay away from it a little bit, not be depressing, not pull us all down that way. So we're gonna have a fun show. I think fun. This is Dion's idea, another one of Dion's ideas. I'm gonna throw it up here on the screen real quick. Most universally liked people, the bracket. If you are a fan of college basketball at all, you know we're coming up on March Madness where everybody has to do a bracket. We decided to get a jump on it. I should say Dion thought we should get a jump on it. Again, credit where credit's due. And most universally liked people. Dion, do you have the bracket up in front of you on your end? Or can you
Yeah,
see it
I
here?
can see it. Yeah, I can
Okay.
see it here.
So we
I have it on my end too.
you can see here the number one seed, Bob Ross. Now, how did Bob Ross get to be the number one seed? I have no idea. I'm a
What?
huge well. Let me finish. I'm a huge Bob Ross fan. As a child, I was an artist, so I loved watching him paint these trees and all these different things. Uh, Never could really mimic it myself, but not till I was an adult did I even know that they used to give classes on how to do it. But I would have my own paintbrush, and like, and then and just just be whispering and talking to myself without the fro as a kid. I see here. Hey, what's up, Rick? Rick is with us. Mary Ballard says Bob Ross gone. So she's kicking Bob Ross out already. Dion, would you mind keeping track of who's who? Do you have a pen and paper ready by chance? If not,
Um,
I can do it. I can do it if not.
I don't have paper nearby, do I?
What is going on? Thank you for jumping in. Who made the list that we are beginning with? Dion found it on Twitter, right, Dion? There's the list in
I saw this list on Facebook.
Facebook. All right, so I believe it's Michelle Nagata who said who made the list that we are beginning with. So, as you see, Bob Ross is number one. He's going up against The Rock at number 16. Keanu Reeves was the number at 8. Mr. Rogers 9. Alex
Yep.
Trebek 5. Jamie Foxx 12. Dolly Parton, who I'm not quite sure how she got on this list, number 4. Robin Williams is 13. Shaq is 3. Paul Rudd 14. Steve Martin number 6, facing off with Tony Hawk at number 11. Steve Irwin, who's been passed away, R.I.P., for several years somehow has made the list. Is going up against Jack Black. Not sure how he made the list either. Danny DeVito number 2, and then you have Brendan Fraser at number 15. So we'll show the list throughout the show, but we do want to go ahead and Deanna and I will kind of go around and we'll discuss a little bit, knock some folks out, and you guys let us know what you're thinking as well. We're gonna see if we can figure this out. Ricky says no Morgan Freeman. No, Rick, that's the same thing I thought. They didn't put God on here. How do you not put God on the list? Cat says, cannot see you painting happy little trees. Cat, I was doing my best. I was doing my best. What's up to
Everybody
you?
knows
Thank you for coming
Sydney's
in.
trees were angry as hell.
All black.
The angry capitalist trees is what he was
Wow.
painting.
Wow. Wow. Horrible. The Barstool Sports guys made it, I think. Okay, so Ricky thinks the Barstool guys made it. How the hell did Brendan Fraser get on the list? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who we asked that question, but that's a good question. And I pretty much like everyone on the left can take or leave Bob Ross, but I love everyone else. LOL. Danny DeVito gone. Mary, you are really our sick. You are just cutting heads off. We even started. We haven't even started yet. Just cutting the heads off. All right, Di, who you cutting first? Who's your first thought? Let's go.
Well,
Should we go? How do we want to do
are
this,
we?
John? What do you think?
That's the question I'm asking. Do we want to go left side, right side? Do we want to go?
Yeah, let's go left
What
side,
are you
right side.
thinking?
Let's go left side,
So
right side.
do you want the left side or the right side?
I say we go. I say we try to come to some consensus on each one.
Okay. Well,
All right.
let's start off with Bob Ross versus The Rock, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let's do the pros and cons. Obviously, Bob Ross is everybody's childhood favorite. When you were sick,
Not
you get to
Mary.
stay home. You get to stay home and paint happy little trees while you eat your chicken noodle soup or tomato soup with your little bit of toast or grilled cheese to make you feel better when you're sick. And then, because you would watch that after the Price is Right went off, Bob Ross would come on, and that's when you know, oh, it's probably nap time. This dude's going to lullaby me to sleep with his soft, soothing tones until he starts smacking that brush on the little easel, making all that goddamn noise.
Making all that noise. He ain't make that much noise.
Man, he was loud as hell with that paintbrush, bro. Like, ain't that much water on that brush. What are you doing? Um, versus The Rock, who, for all intents and purposes, has had two careers, if you really think about it. His early success was in wrestling, and then he transitioned into movies where most people didn't even know he was a wrestler. Speaking of which, this is my favorite little anecdote. Our master debater, Michelle Martin, did not know that The Rock didn't always look like The Rock looks now.
No, he did not.
I showed her an early picture of
With the
him
black turtleneck.
when he started wrestling, and she goes, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "That's The Rock." And she's like, "No, it's not."
One of the best things, Michelle, is to see Kevin Hart dressed up like The Rock. We put the little wig on his head. He has a black turtleneck and the gold chain. He takes a picture and he posts it of himself on his own IG. Absolutely hysterical.
Now, as far as entertainment value, I have to give the slight edge to The Rock, mostly because Bob Ross only has a couple of painting series, and it was pretty much the same thing every single time. Whereas The Rock has diversified a little bit from wrestling to movies, where most of his movies are the same, where he's just, a meathead beating people up with a little bit of comedy sprinkled in. But if I have to make a choice, I got to go with The Rock.
I'm going to go with The Rock for one reason and one reason only. I'm a capitalist. All right? And if you don't know, Bob Ross's family gets none of the money, none of the proceeds. So when I bought that Bob Ross Halloween costume, none of that money goes to Bob Ross's family. When someone here goes and buys, or I'm sorry, I have a Bob Ross bobblehead, his family gets none of that money. So on and so forth. You know why? Because all the man cared about was helping people paint trees and mountains. That's all well and good. But Bob, you and that afro were famous. I don't know. You probably had the most famous white man afro next to Johnny Fever from WKRP in Cincinnati. You understand what I'm saying? And so you have got to make sure you are securing your bag for yourself and for your family. You did not do so. You're right. The Rock started out as that dude in that black turtleneck with a gold chain. Who told him that was okay? I don't know. But it's obviously he had no friend or girlfriend at the time.
He
Because
had $14 and I think 97 cents in his entire bank account at that point in time where he took that picture.
$7 because that's the name of it. $7.
Okay, there you go.
That's the name of his his
I
his
doubled it
his
to give him
company.
some
You did. You had
benefit
to
of the
give. You
doubt.
gave no because he could have got a better chain with $14. But that man has made a great career for himself. He's worth, I don't know how much money he's worth now. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And went from being the guy, he made me like wrestling again. That's how much I liked The Rock when he was wrestling. I was a grown man. Said, who's this dude? Let me watch this for a little while. Then he transitioned to movies and started watching his movies. And yeah, so The Rock, easily. So The Rock.
He started slow in his movie career. I'm not gonna lie. Walking Tall and some of those other movies he did were kind of ass. His little cameo on the Scorpion King or the Mummy, I mean, led to the Scorpion King, which whatever. But he had success in Jumanji. I think he really took off after he became the fairy. What
Which
was
is
that
weird
name of
because
that?
that could have been a killer. You would have thought that would have been a killer for him, actually.
Well, when you do a kids movie, excuse me, there's a chance that they stick you in that arena for the rest of your career, where all you can do is kids movies. But he parlayed it into monumental success, where he's been able to go from back and forth between Jumanji being a kids film to uh, Fast and Furious 37, 38, and 39, or however. I don't even know how many Fast and Furiouses there are, but yeah, The Rock lays the people's elbow down onto Bob Ross, and we're going with The Rock.
Our next matchup, we're going to work ourselves from left to right, is going to be Shaq versus Paul Rudd. What up, Alan? Alan was like, Alan found us on YouTube. Alan, thank you for that, sir.
That's what's up, Alan. Appreciate that.
That lets me know. Alan, is there a way to share? Is there a click or share button you can click on YouTube when you watch the show? This is our first time doing this on YouTube, so I don't know. So help me out with that answer if you would, please. Facebook user says The Rock is also known as being very professional and kind to his crew and fans. Yes, I've heard the same thing about him. Another feather in his cap. All right, next matchup. We work again, folks. Working from left to right. In case you did not see it, in case you're just jumping in with us, I'm gonna show it to you one more time. This is the list. We're working from left to right. The Rock has taken Bob Ross down, and now we are moving on to Shaq versus Paul Rudd. Dion, you have the floor.
This one is my blackness makes me want to pick Shaq, but I'm going Paul Rudd.
What?
Yeah, I'm over Shaq. When I was a kid, I loved Shaq. I had his albums. I loved watching him dominate my Pacers in the finals. I loved watching him play basketball. But he made Kazam and Shaq Fu, he's a co-owner of Papa John's. So those three, and plus he loves the police. So four strikes and you're out of here. I don't need Shaq in my life. I loved him for what he was as a basketball player, but all that off the court stuff, his stupid general commercials, I don't need none of that shit. Paul Rudd for
Well,
me.
it will be easy for me to say I'm gonna go with Shaq because again I'm a capitalist. So I love what the man does. I love that he's smart with his money. I love from what I've read he has taught his children how to be smart when it comes to money. Let them know, look, you don't get it. This is my money, not your money. So everything you need to do is you need to work and prove to me that I need to do for you. So I love that side of him. I don't dislike and you're right, Mary. Shaq is so giving. Shaq is funnier than Paul Rudd, Facebook user says, especially nowadays. I don't dislike Paul Rudd at all. It's hard to dislike someone who really doesn't show, at least on film, there is anything like Paul Rudd. I got the feeling that Paul Rudd is just playing Paul Rudd because every character he plays in every movie is the exact same. I feel like if Paul Rudd came and auditioned for me right now, I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. That's just who you are. There's no difference between it. Uh, can't give it to him. I got to go with Shaq personally. So this is where Dion and I gonna disagree. Let's go with who we have here. Mary.
Yeah, let's take a poll, everybody.
Mary says Paul Rudd gone. Paul Rudd, huh? Ricky says so. That's two against Paul. Facebook user says Shaq is funnier. That's three. Let's see. Alan Lawson. I posted on my Facebook, but you can post it on Facebook as well. All right, thank you. I appreciate you, Alan, for that. Okay, Paul Rudd is lukewarm. So I think so far what we got there, Shaq is going to be the guy.
Fair enough.
All right,
You know,
Paul.
I understand it. I'm not a huge Shaq fan because of all the coonery that he's done. So
Wow, 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 wow.
yeah,
So,
he's been he's done some cool shit. Like
I see. So it says the last thing I saw Shaq do was the general commercial. Paul Rudd is the good classic Gennaro white guy. Then someone voted for Paul Rudd as well. Um, Too little, too late, and not enough votes for him anyway. But thanks for jumping in there.
that last vote for Paul Rudd was our man Larry Skiggin. So
Larry
shout
was
out to Larry.
good. Yes, Larry. Larry, we got this whole new thing we're working. Sorry, I cannot see everybody's names. I'm not sure if it's asking you at all to give permission. I don't know if there's something above our heads or anything like that. I can't see it. If you guys see something like that, then please do that. But right now, I cannot see whom is whom.
Hit that
Yep,
like button, guys. Hit that share button if you would. If you're watching from either Sydney's page or my page, if you're watching it in the group, you can't share it, obviously, but we would also appreciate any emojis that you can offer.
absolutely.
Who's next in our bracket?
Uno momento, my friend. I'm trying to do something here, but I don't think I can.
Shout out to you guys. The thing with Shaq was like when I was a kid, I loved him. Don't get me wrong, I loved Shaq as a kid. I thought he was very entertaining. Um, and I still have his second album in my iPod, iTunes or whatever. So I still listen to his music, and I use that very loosely. But because he was a terrible rapper, I'm not even upfront. But it was
When you said
fun.
you had when you said you had his CD, I was like, you had to be a big fan, big fan.
Yeah, man. Back in the mid to late '90s, Shaq was all the rage. But he got to do a song with Michael Jackson for crying out loud. So I mean, I can understand why people love Shaq. You know, if he's cool with MJ, he's cool with most people. Yeah, but some of the things he said in regards to, you know, cultural issues, I was like, what are you talking about, bro? You don't ever forget that you a big black dude. And if you weren't famous, they would have major problems with you. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you trying to.
Paul Rudd's movies are great, man. Knocked Up, Ant Man.
It's too late. They've already voted. All right, it's too late.
I'm just saying.
Trying to
I'm just
revisit the
saying.
past. Donald Trump.
Paul Rudd
He already lost.
is a good guy.
You already lost Donald Trump. Hey, folks, we're gonna go to our next, folks. It's gonna be Keanu Reeves and Mr. Rogers is next up on the list. You guys let us know what you're thinking. We're gonna let you know what we're thinking. Before we do, I want to make sure that I hit some of these. Alan Love says, "Do you have Discord?" We do not have Discord. Something I've been thinking about getting into. Mary says, "Glad you guys can, but I can't see all comments like I used to be able to." Sorry, Mary.
Yeah.
We'll get this all worked out. Let's see here. So was LOL the fact that you had this rap album, and now Larry, I can see you now. Your name, I can see it now. Even so, no worries there. All right.
Hey, Chris Wilson. Thanks for joining us.
Chris is back. What is good, Chris? Thanks for coming back. For people out there who don't know, because I think we forgot to say it, we are now giving a prize away to the winner of whoever wins the wall the most this for each month. So, excuse me here, fumbling over myself. Whoever wins the wall on, you guys know how to do this. Whoever wins the wall the most in a month will get a prize at the end of the month. Last week, Chris Wilson won, and we'll see who wins tonight. Now, this is the last show for this month. So what we will do, if it's not Chris Wilson who stands alone on the wall, then we will give out two prizes for this month, and we'll start it as we would starting next month. All right, fair, fair. All right, let's keep this thing going. Charles Wim says, "What up, dope? What up, Slim?"
What up, Slam?
Okay, Chris says she's been with us for a minute, but it wasn't showing up. Well, thank you for being here, Chris. We do appreciate you. I'm gonna throw this up here one more time before we jump in this. We're doing the bracket challenge. Next up, Keanu Reeves versus Mr. Rogers. Most universally liked people. That's what the bracket is. We are going Keanu Reeves versus Mr. Rogers. Take it away, Dion.
And
Sir.
let me just say that this, to me, is the hardest bracket out of all of them because I love both of these gentlemen. The stories I've heard about each of them have always been positive. I've never heard a negative thing about Mr. Rogers. I've never heard a negative thing about Keanu Reeves. And Keanu Reeves did one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Speed, because it is just
Sandra Bullock.
it's
Sandra
so
Bullock.
ridiculous. What'd you say?
Sandra Bullock. That's one of the reasons. That's the only good thing
So,
about Speed.
no,
That's the only good
Dennis Hopper was phenomenal in that movie. What's my other man's name? His partner. His name is escaping me. He's blonde haired. Fuck, this is gonna bother me. Everybody knows his partner in Speed who gets blown up. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie that came out in the 90s. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Keanu just because Mr. Rogers was known for one thing and one thing only. He did it phenomenally well, but I had a few nightmares about those creepy little hand puppets he did in Make Believe. Uh, just that the old King Friday was creepy. You know, so
I was
I'm
having
gonna have.
nightmares about King Friday, man.
Dude, those puppets were creepy. That old puppet with the long nose, and he would just. Oh, that shit was creepy, man.
All
No
right.
disrespect to Mr. Rogers.
Too
I
late.
love Mr. Rogers,
Too
but
late.
I'm going with Keanu.
Larry says you are the greatest, Sydney. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. You're the greatest, Larry.
I don't know about all that.
Screw you, man. so Tyler Nagata says Paul Rudd is still Paul Rudd. Shaq is no longer Shaq. He is the brand known as Shaq. All right,
Thank
okay.
you, Tyler. I appreciate you.
It says Tyler Nagata. Is that Michelle? Maybe
I don't know.
running from the law. Maybe you just somebody you got a handle, different handle. Mary says Mr. Rogers reminded me of a creepy child molester. What is with you people? Keanu Reeves is most excellent. Oh my God! And then wait a minute, Mr. Rogers is dead. You never hear a bad thing about Keanu Reeves. He was always being sweet to people who has a much deeper portfolio. I can't believe.
I can't believe it. I'm not gonna let y'all slander Mr. Rogers like that. Look, it's one thing to pick Keanu over him, but it's another thing to talk about the man's legacy. Yes, he had creepy puppets, but
The
he wasn't
puppets were
kidnapping
creepy.
nobody, and he definitely wasn't doing no weird freaky shit. Like, chill out, y'all. Mr. Rogers was a champion for kids. He was an ex Green Beret. Uh, he is a phenomenal man who wore
What?
cardigans and sneakers.
Oh, Tyler. Okay, so Tyler is Michelle's husband. All right, gotcha.
Okay, what up, Tyler?
All right, what's
I
good?
think
What's
this is his
good?
first time jumping on with
Is that
us.
first time? Absolute first time. Chris Wilson says Mr. Rogers looked like he had somebody tied up in his basement. What
See,
is?
stop that, Chris. No.
Come on, y'all are so mean.
He would have
Miss,
had him tied up in the land of make believe, not the basement.
he's so stupid. I cannot argue with everyone. I'd have to fight everybody on the show right now for Mr. Rogers. So I'm not going to do that because I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and agree with y'all. And Mr. Rogers is off the list.
Oh,
Though I am most surprised. I thought with all of you old people on here that would carry Mr. Rogers through all of the sentimental feelings. But no, y'all are as bad as these other generations. Y'all don't give a
Ricky,
shit about
Ricky,
nothing.
Ricky said that's why he kept changing clothes.
Y'all are terrible people.
If I controlled the wall, Ricky, I'd have put you up there. That's
I
hilarious.
didn't see that. Where's that?
He
Oh,
said it.
okay, okay, all right. Well, Rick makes the wall. There you go.
That's funny.
Rick, Rick makes the wall.
Disrespectful but funny.
Mary says, "Oh, Sydney Smith." Mary, I do apologize. I do apologize. Please don't chastise me. I, please don't make my $5 ass sit down before you make change. By the way, folks, I got so many calls for people who watch the show afterwards. I always get friends and whatnot who watch after we record it because they just don't have time, but have to work, whatever reason. They loved it last week. They thought you guys were hilarious. And Mary, I don't know how many times I got the phone call that you brought it with the sit your $5 ass down before I make change quote last week. So thank you guys for playing a part in the show. All right.
Hey, they should get an applause break for that, to be honest with you.
You're right. You're right.
Good job, Master Debaters. We're proud of you.
Very proud, very proud. You were right about that, Dion. All right, let's go back to the bracket again. Steve Martin, Tony Hawk. Steve Martin, Tony Hawk are our next ones. Uh, I think I don't know. I'm flipping
This
a coin
this
on
one
this one.
this one's easy for me.
Who you
I,
got?
I'm I'm going with Steve Martin. Like Tony Hawk, bro, you're a skateboarder. Like, yes, your video game was fun when it first came out, but then you did Tony Hawk 3, 4, and 5, and those absolutely sucked. They were terrible. You should have never put your name to it, and you've only done some shitty commercials since then. I'm going with Steve Martin because he was in one of my favorite, most underrated movies, the one he did with Queen Latifah, Bringing Down the House.
Yeah.
That movie has Eugene Levy in it, and that movie is fucking hilarious. So I'm going with Steve Martin.
All right. Let me go back. Don't be so sensitive, guys. You know I'm just kidding with you. But the one thing I do love, and I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys up here because you threw it out there. I love that I said old, and even though y'all busting my balls a little bit, excuse me, you throwing your ages out there, and I love it. Chris, I'm gonna put you up there. Boom. You get an applause break for just shouting out 55 years young.
50.
I would have never noticed that at all. Would have never noticed that. And Larry, not to be topped, said
He said
56.
one upper. Mr.
Yeah, he's
Mr.
a one
Warren B.
upper.
Hall here.
Oh yeah, so thank you guys for sharing your ages. Little known fact, Larry is only 35. So, all right, Di is going with Steve Martin. I myself am going to go with Steve Martin. I really have no real dog in this particular fight, other than I was not a skateboarder. Though, again, I'm a capitalist, so I love a dude who's managed to build an entire empire, and to this day, just based off riding the fucking skateboard. So I dig it. The dude has made millions. I would love to know what Tony Hawk is worth right now, as well. If anyone out there knows, please share it. But I got to go with Steve Martin. The dude was one of the first comics to start selling out arenas before anyone else was doing it. And this was during a time when Richard Pryor was the king of comedy, but Steve Martin overall the king. I mean, Steve had his time when he was fucking hot, but he was already selling out arenas. So I got to give up to Steve Martin. He
I
moves
just want
on.
to say Tony Hawk did have one of the best soundtracks from a video game of all time. Tony Hawk Skater 1 has one of the best soundtracks of all time. Not enough to carry him through, but I do want to note that that soundtrack he put together for his very first video game, mwah, chef's kiss, very, very phenomenal.
Good point there, Mary. I love Bringing Down the House. That is a good movie with he and Queen Latifah. Very funny. If you've never seen it, you got to check it out.
It's very funny.
Right now, Larry's sitting on the wall by sharing his age of 56. Mary says 51, almost 42, almost 52. Tyler says both seem super nice and likable, but Steve Martin has the charisma of a celebrity. Okay, let's see here.
I don't think you would recognize Tony Hawk either. If you were walking down the street, you would be like, no one would know who he is. He's
I
got
think
that baseball player look to
I
him. You know
think
what I
you
mean?
would if you knew who he was. I think you'd recognize him.
Well, obviously, if you know who somebody is, you're going to recognize them. That's what
But
I'm
that's
saying.
no, no,
If
no.
he just walked by you on, like, if you were at the grocery store picking out fucking eggplants, you wouldn't know it was
I
Tony
think you say the
Hawk.
same thing about Steve Martin, though.
I feel like more people know who Steve Martin is than Tony Hawk.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I think Steve Martin's more recognizable than Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk might be more famous because skateboarding is a sport and so is global, whereas Steve Martin is more of an American celebrity. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Chris, I appreciate you because you were the first one to do that favor for me. Boom. Chris knocks Larry off the wall. Tony Hawk is worth $140 million.
Fantastic.
Tyler says, but I know from work Tony Hawk is professional and super hardworking. Maybe Steve Martin is an asshole to work with. Most times they are terrible. I've never heard anything super terrible about Steve Martin. Chevy
Me
Chase, on the
either.
other hand, is a different story.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to our next. Thank you guys again for watching the show. We do appreciate it. New software, or not to say new software, new update to the software is allowing us to do some different things. So you might see the show plan, or Dion and I playing some different roles. Shows the shifting a little bit. But I think it's an improvement. We're on YouTube now. So that's a great thing. Alan, I believe, is still watching us there. All right. Next, we are going to go to Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx. I think this one's going to be a tough one for everybody out there. So,
No, it's not.
Jamie Foxx or Alex Trebek? Go ahead, Tia.
Look, one dude did game shows. The other guy gave us Ray, and that's all I need to
It's the
say.
nicest person.
All I have to say is that he gave us Ray, okay, and
Likable.
he's probably the most talented dude in all of the world. The man can sing, he can act, he's got comedy, he can play instruments. Jamie Foxx is a phenomenal talent. He's a great party thrower, from what I hear, and from what I hear, he's one of the most supportive dudes in the industry. So I'm going with Jamie Foxx. No disrespect to my man Trebek, but he did one thing, Jeopardy. He did it very, very well. But who watches Jeopardy? Like you never knew when you saw a brand new episode of Jeopardy. They were all the same. So who cares?
Here's a little fun fact about me. I got a few Funko Pops here. One of them is Alex Trebek. When I bought it, I felt kind of bad because I am a capitalist, and I thought, hey, this may go up in price if he passes away. Um, I hated when he passed away because I'm a big Jeopardy fan. But
Absolute shame on you, bro.
it,
Absolute shame.
it did not go up nearly like I thought it would.
I'm buying this dog because the nigga about to die.
and for
Yeah.
that, and for that fact alone, I'm going with Jamie Foxx. So,
Get your numbers up, Trebek.
so Jamie Foxx moves on. You know, we can't play this game if I'm gonna be judged. I don't think it's right for me to be. I don't have to be
Hey,
judged.
hey, man, you can judge me right back.
Son of a bitch. Slip says Jamie Foxx all day in Living Color was great.
Oh,
It
I
was great.
forgot all about how amazing he was in Living Color.
Let's see
So
here.
shout out to you, Mary.
Let's see here. Tyler says I vote for Alex only because racism exists. What? What?
Oh,
Am
that's
I
funny.
am I
I
slow
don't know
about
if
what?
I'm interpreting that wrong or right, but it's funny to hear you say that, Tyler. I'm giving you a laugh emoji for that one. Um,
So it says forget 401k. I'm gonna buy 401 Funkos. And with that, Facebook user, I don't know who said that, but you just knocked Chris off the wall. Who said that? Give us a
I
name.
don't. I can't see it, but
Give us a
whoever
name of who
said
put
it
that. That four. Yes, all of my savings is tied up in Funko Pops.
said, "Damn it, Trebek, get your shit together. Penis mighty for 1,000."
All right, all right. Oh, that was the day. The day was good. The day is on the
Shout out to
wall.
Danae.
Thank you for watching. The Nate Turner's on the wall. That's right. 401. All right. Now, this is what here. I already know who I'm going with, but I want to see where you guys go with this. Steve Irwin, who's been RIP'd for many, many years now, goes up against Jack Black in this one here, 7 versus 10, in the most universally liked people. Who we got here? Steve Irwin or Jack Black?
Is there any question? This is the easiest one to choose. We're going with the Crocodile Hunter. Fuck Jack Black today. Fuck Jack Black tomorrow.
Wow.
Fuck Jack
Wow.
Black yesterday. And
Wow.
then I don't like Jack. The only thing I like Jack Black in was in Tropic Thunder. And that was because that movie was just absolute bananas comedy all the way around. Everybody did a good job. But I find Jack Black to be just so annoying and so forced. He might be a wonderful human being. He might be. I don't know him personally, but he irritates the fuck out of me. He makes the underside of my toenails itch, and I can't stand him. So yeah, I'm going with the Crocodile Hunter. He's freaking Australian. The dude was on the Tonight Show freaking out Jay Leno with lemurs and crocodiles and he's got wonderful kids who have carried the mantle for him. His wife is ride or die. She didn't remarry after getting all that money from his Animal Planet series. So Steve Irwin, absolutely.
So
Boom
here's
Schley.
so here's the question: if you thought you could make some money off a Jack Black Funko Pop, though, would you? would you,
No, I would go buy a fucking two piece from Popeyes
Popeyes.
before I buy Funko Jack Black doll. I don't give a fuck how much it's
Guess
worth.
what you're getting for Christmas?
It will sit under the tree until the tree is tossed out.
All right. Slim says Steve Irwin. Facebook user says Jack Black. Chris Wilson says Steve Irwin. Larry says Jack. Crocodile Man. Steve Irwin. Tenacious D. Jack Black. This is a tough one for you folks. I guess I'm gonna have to be
Man,
the
y'all are crazy.
Irwin's son is the living testament to his father's character. I thought he had a daughter too, right, Tyler?
He does. He's
I
got
thought she was the more famous. I didn't even know he had a son. I thought she
yeah.
just he just had a
Bendy's
daughter.
older. She's older than her brother. I think his name's Jack.
Say, Jack Black isn't funny to me. Crocodile
Thank
Hunter
you.
was the best. And then Mary says Jack Black because of his ode to Dio, who is my favorite voice in The Rock. Well, I'm going to break the tie here because it seems like you guys are a little tight, and I'm going to agree with Dion and go with Steve Irwin. Steve
Thank
Irwin
you.
moves on beyond Jack Black. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because Tropic Thunder. That's the only reason. And when I say Tropic Thunder, I mean that's the only funny thing Jack Black has ever done.
Yes.
So not enough to beat off Steve Irwin.
You can take that Kung Fu Panda and shove it up his ass. You can take that
Okay,
Nacho Libre and
okay,
shove it up his ass.
okay, all right.
What else was he in that really irritated the fuck out of me?
I don't know, but I think we've already secured the fact that we won't be working with Jack Black in the future.
Yeah, that's fine. He was in Jumanji, irritating.
All right,
And
let's
that
move.
beard is raggedy as hell. Shave that shit off.
Let's go
What's
to
wrong with you?
We're almost done with the first round. Oh, what happened to it? There it is. Made it go too small. There it goes. All right. Sorry, folks. Slip of the fingers. All right, we are looking at Dolly Parton versus Robin Williams. Dolly Parton is 4, Robin Williams is 13. I'm a little thrown by the
The seating is way off in
yeah,
this.
way
The
off.
Rock shouldn't be 16, and Danny DeVito shouldn't be fucking 2. Like, what? But I'm getting ahead of myself. For this one, I'm not well versed in anything Dolly Parton's ever done, but have big titties.
And
So
I will always. She made that song.
she wrote that song?
She did that song before Whitney did that song.
No. Well, that's even worse because I didn't
Working
know
9
that.
to 5.
Yeah, I know that. And guess what? I'm calling in sick to watch Bob Ross paint. So I'm going with my man Robin Williams. He did such an incredible job in the movie Aladdin. Aladdin alone, the first one, he was so phenomenal. That I'm going with my man Robin Williams. He was great in Mrs. Doubtfire, Patch Adams, where he plays a freaking creepy psycho and just knocks it out of the park. You got Good Will Hunting, not to mention all the jokes he stole and paid for by his manager, where people would just be like, "Yo, he stole a joke from me," and they wouldn't even question it. They'd be like, "Here's a check." So I'm going with my man Robin Williams.
Okay, all right, all right.
Don't get me wrong, I love titties, but
It looks like we got. It's so stupid.
sorry, Dolly. No disrespect, boo.
It looks like we have the group is torn again between a couple folks here, going a little bit back and forth here. Let's see. Dolly has done so much for her hometown and region. She's given millions to all kinds of worthy causes. I think Robin was okay, but extremely overrated. Robin Williams was the man. Morgan Minnie was the great. Okay, she's a songwriter and basically is keeping the state of Tennessee literate and keeping her hometown afloat. Okay, Robin Williams worked with Whoopi, Bill Chris. Yeah, okay, great point there, Chris. Great point.
Yeah.
way more like no disrespect to Dolly, but he's more than a legend, more than an icon, and will never be forgotten and always be hilarious. I think Sydney would appreciate Dolly's background and hard-working success. Tyler, don't be trying to pull at my heartstrings over here. I see what I see what you're trying to do. You know, I am a Dolly Parton fan. I liked a couple of the movies. I grew up, obviously, with the 9 to 5s, like a lot of folks out there. She is a great songwriter. She is an icon. She's phenomenal in within her own. But then you do have Robin Williams, who's outstanding. Love the guy.
Big old white titties. Go on, tell the truth. Give a fuck about his songs.
Uh, I'm so stupid.
Don't give two shits about a goddamn song.
You know what? I'm going with Dolly Parton. I'm, break, I'm breaking the tie, and I'm breaking it with Dolly Parton. Damn you! All right, I'm proving a point. You just heard me sing some of her music. All right, I'm gonna throw the bracket back up one more time. I'm gonna get to some more of your comments, so you guys keep them coming. Danny DeVito, Brendan Fraser. Yeah, okay. So you guys tell us who you like it.
Look, I to me this was the worst because I don't really particularly care for either one of these two individuals. They both did one movie that I liked, and then the rest of them I'm like, I don't really give a shit. Um, I loved Danny DeVito as Oswald Cobblepot in Batman Returns.
The shit you remember versus the shit you cannot
Dude,
remember at all.
I watched Batman Returns a million times. He was phenomenal in that.
I don't
He
want to
was
stop you.
eating.
I don't want to interrupt you, but let me just stop you. I want everyone out there who's watching this show to understand I love my brother and I know him for a lot of years. And we would have conversations and talk about some stuff, and he's like, "What? He can't remember." But you remember Oswald Cobblepot.
Absolutely. The Penguin. He
Carry
was a
on.
penguin in Batman Returns. He ate raw fish. Very, very creepy. And then Brendan Fraser was in George of the Jungle, a very underrated movie. Very, very kid friendly. I had it on VHS and I watched it all the time with my little brother. We loved it. It's ridiculous. It's corny as hell. Um, then Brendan Fraser did The Mummy, and he was a little whiny in that for me. Then you got Danny DeVito doing Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a show I never watched. I guess I'll go with Danny DeVito because of the longevity. He's got a better, discography, if you will, if they were making music, but they're not. So, I mean, he was in Twins with Schwarzenegger, which was a terribly good movie. It was awful, but good. So I'm going with Danny DeVito.
Look, man, I'm gonna say one thing when I think about Brendan Fraser, and it's always 2 words: Encino Man. All right, I always remember.
I forgot all about that. That's how terrible that movie
That's
was.
the first thing I ever say Brendan Fraser in, and I am completely amazed at how long this man's career has gone since Encino Man. The other thing that pops up only because I watched it a couple of weeks ago is Crash. That pops up. He was played a role in that. The obvious choice is Danny DeVito. The man has been around forever, doing great work from Taxi to Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is I'm not a big fan of, but I'm a big fan of his in the show. All of the movies he's been in, to the fact that he was married to Rhea Perlman, and they managed to keep that going till they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
All these different things. So the obvious choice is Danny DeVito there. Brandon the cheese is old and moldy. Brendan Fraser sucks. It's DeVito. I don't know who Facebook user. I don't. Is this the name? He just rocking, killing the people. It can't be because the Facebook user started out with Sydney. Them titties still look great. So,
That's Chad Lamont. Shout out to
oh,
Chad.
Chad, what up, Chad? Thanks for jumping in, brother. We do for a phone conversation, Chad. We do for a phone conversation. All right. So Danny DeVito has moved on. You guys, thank you so much. You guys are rocking with us. We weren't sure if you guys are going to
Yeah.
love this one or not, but again, we
We've
want
got
to
it
do so.
posted in so many different spots too. It's hard to keep up with everybody's comments.
Keep it coming too. Don't stop with that.
Yeah, we love it.
All right, there's the
Just
bracket again. You guys see, we're going to move on here. We got The Rock versus Shaq. The Rock versus Shaq. Dion, who you got?
I got The Rock versus Paul Rudd. That's who I got.
No, you don't. Shaq won that one. Shaq won that one.
Why'd I write Paul Rudd
I
down
don't
there?
know. I don't know why you did that.
If I have to choose between The Rock and the Shaq, I'm taking The Rock all day, every day. Um, Simply for The Rock's ability to work a microphone, his charisma in the wrestling entertainment industry. That was near the end of my high school days and into my early 20s. So I'm going with The Rock. Yeah, he to me he's gives me more bang for my buck at the moment. And he doesn't own Papa John's, so I'm going with The Rock.
Chris coming in, hitting the wall again. Danae. I don't know if Danae is still with us, but Chris has knocked Danae off the wall. Applause break for that one. I love little facts like that, man. And Chris has hit us with Danny has a golden rose cannon ending, which is true, and something I forgot about. Chris back on the wall, man. Chris is new to the show, man. As of last week,
Yeah, but she's killing it.
she's doing a good job on this wall, man. She comes to play and she gets involved. If you guys have not noticed, we love you guys to participate. That's why we want to try to give something away to whoever wins the most times on the wall each month, because we want to see you guys participate and we want to give something back. We don't feel like we had done that enough over the last couple of years, so we definitely, especially given that with COVID, it was hard to get things shipped out and things like that. But we want to make sure we're doing at least a little something for you guys. So Chris, she's owning the wall tonight. She owned it last week and she's owning it this week. Let's see if some of our oldie but goodies can knock her off with it. Mary's normally pretty solid. Danae and some of the other folks who jump in.
Come
With
on,
us, Larry.
Michelle's, Nagata and
Yeah,
Martin.
Michelle's normally pretty solid too. All right, next up, we got Keanu Reeves. Actually, you know what? I'm doing this
You
all
didn't.
wrong.
You didn't give us. Are you going with The Rock too?
I'm doing this all wrong. That's what I was deciding. That's what I just said. So it's not even Shaq. So he shouldn't have been going against Shaq just yet. So forgive me. It should have been Keanu Reeves versus
Yeah, that's
The
what
Rock.
I thought.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
Well, oh man, that's a even tougher.
So I screwed that up. My apologies.
Well, no, fuck it. We'll just switch them. So Shaq or Keanu will go against Steve Martin because we already decided, right?
Let's just keep it how it is so no one gets confused. Let's go with The Rock versus
Well,
Keanu.
I'm already confused.
Well, look, man, I made a mistake. Get off my back, bro.
I've been drinking White Claws,
This is
bro.
why this is exactly what Fury's talked about on Boys in the Hood.
Well, look, man, you can move your stress balls all you like. All right. I'm sick of you little niggas. You probably one of them rolling 60s, ain't you?
What the fuck you want me to do? Motherfucker try to smoke me? I'm gonna smoke him first.
Hey, give my brother back his ball. All right, so if we're going against The Rock versus Keanu Reeves, I'm taking Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yes, The Lake House. I didn't even mention that in the first round because I was saving it for the second round. The Lake House, another movie he did with my girl Sandra Bullock, and
First of all, that's my girl.
Okay, anytime those two get together, it is magic. They should have gotten married. They should have admitted that they loved each other after Speed, but they never dated because they didn't know each other liked each other. So I'm going with Keanu Reeves. John Wick, come on. The Matrix, come on. It's not even close.
First of all,
He rides the subway.
First of all, the answer is clearly The Rock. And the fact that you
What?
thought the lake house was your secret weapon is absolutely hysterical. Of all,
I can tell you've never seen The Lake House.
I did see the lake house, and
Well, then you should know.
of all of Keanu Reeves' movies where he acts completely the same and delivers every line the same, the
Are
lake
we
house.
kidding? Are you kidding me about the same? The Rock, Fast, Furiously Fast, kind of upset and medium speed, slow and not pissed off. Like they're all the same.
Oh my God.
Walking tall, sitting small. All his movies
Sitting
are
small.
exactly the
I forget
same.
about that movie. I switched. What does she have here? I want to know what Chris had up here. She said, "Forget that movie." All right. So Chris says The Rock. Facebook user says, "Fuck. I like the other choice way better." I do apologize. I screwed up, folks. Larry says Keanu. Facebook user says Hawaii versus Hawaii. So I think they're pretty much saying they're both great. Facebook user also says, I pick Keanu again. Reeves, I guess. Forget about that movie. I switched to Keanu. All right, fine.
See, it's
The
not even
people have
close.
spoken. The
It's not
Rock
even
is out.
close.
Keanu Reeves. Oh my God, I can't believe he made it this far. All right, another easy one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Jamie Foxx versus Dolly Parton.
No, no. It was Jamie Foxx versus Robin Williams.
No, it's not. I thought Dolly Parton moved along. Moved on.
No, you picked Dolly
I
Parton,
did.
and
I
then the
thought everyone
group
else
picked.
picked her.
No, everybody picked Robin
All
Williams.
right, Robin Williams did this. I thought I could sneak that one past you.
You see, I knew. I ain't that drunk, motherfucker. See, now this is a movie I would love to see. Jamie Foxx and Robin Williams going at it
Oh,
because of their range. I
yeah.
mean, Robin Williams was a great comedic actor. Jamie Foxx is a great comedic actor. But these both guys did serious films with Good Will Hunting and what's the movie Jamie Foxx plays the cello guy and he was homeless.
Oh, that's I can't
Oh
remember that movie.
man,
That's
was
I forgot about
the
that.
soloist? I
Yeah,
think.
I
Yeah,
forgot
he
about
was
that one.
phenomenal
Yeah,
in
he's
that movie.
phenomenal in everything, though.
I'm gonna have to. I didn't even mention the Jamie Foxx show, and then you got Mork and fucking Mindy. Come on. These guys could clearly be in the finals either way, but
Pick
I'm going
one.
with Jamie Foxx.
Me
Jamie
too.
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. All right, that was easy. I don't even need to add anything to what you said. Jamie Foxx. And from what I was reading, I think most people here were saying it.
Which stream are you watching it on? Are you getting Ricky and Mary and Larry?
I'm getting Larry, yeah, Ricky,
All
Tyler.
right, I'm gonna change streams then, and maybe I can see some different comments.
Who are you seeing?
I'm seeing because I'm in your stream. Let me go to the group and see
This
what they're
this
talking
here is
about.
just going to compile everybody. I don't know where anybody's coming from. What I just know that they're coming showing up. All right, so Jamie Foxx moves on. Now we go back to the top, and again, I apologize, folks. That was on me.
Chad Lamont says Fox has an Oscar, doesn't he? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Chad, well done, sir. Well done. Chad makes the wall for bringing it. I just said I like
Michelle
the thing.
Nagata was the one who said Hawaii versus Hawaii.
Oh, was that? It came up as Tyler Nagata though, so I didn't know if Michelle was watching or Tyler. So I keep saying Tyler.
They're both watching.
Oh, they're both watching. Okay, got you, got you.
Yes.
Nice.
We
Michelle, thank
appreciate
you for
y'all
bringing
living
Tyler
in the
along.
same house, watching on two different streams. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaq versus Steve Martin. Dion.
Shaq did Kazam. He's out of here. I ain't even mentioned how terrible Steel was.
I can't. I can't argue it because he's going up against Steve Martin. So Steve Martin moves along. I'm sorry, folks, if you're going to disagree with us.
It's fucking I am Kazam. I gotta wish never make another movie again.
Hey man, when he went out to L.A., he was on one. He was like, "Give me
You
anything."
know what happened though, right?
What's that?
So Jerry West, he wanted 180 million from the
Oh yeah,
Lakers, and
yeah,
Jerry West
yeah.
told him, said, "I can't get you 180 million. I can get you 120 million, but I can get you all these other deals with Pepsi and Disney,
Yes, he
which
did.
would equal it up to 180 million." And that's what Shaq was like. Deuces, Orlando. Orlando didn't want to pay him 100 million. Stupid.
Straight up stupid. Tyler says more engagement. Yes, yes, Tyler. Thank you. Appreciate that. The jerk, absolutely. And then Chris Wilson agrees with Steve, with us going with Steve. All right, Mary says Steve Martin. So does Larry Skiggin. All right, our next one is going to be. See, I'm not for Shaq, but should he get credit for being so prominent in memes and gifs?
No,
So,
Easy answer, Michelle Nagata. Absolutely not.
Steve Irwin, Danny DeVito. Steve Irwin, Danny DeVito. Folks, which way you going? And actually, I'm going to stay out of this one. I want to see what Dion says and what you guys say. You guys are going to pick this one. I'm going to stay out
The
of this one.
Penguin is out of here. Give me Steve Irwin all day, every day. He was universally loved by everybody on the planet for what he brought us with those crocodiles and his weird Australian accent and how he would just wear those small tan zookeeper shorts. But he would be out there in the water getting wet. Didn't care if it was hot or cold. Just
Just
you know,
swamp balls all over the place.
yeah, just woo, what a thrill, crikey! Yeah, I'm going with Steve Irwin all the way.
My goodness. And Chris does it again. Chad, I love you. You my brother, you know it, but Chris has heard the fact that at least for tonight, I love little facts like this. And she's comes back in with Steve Martin's Mark Twain Award, seals it. so,
There you go.
so Chris is
Friggin'
back on the wall. She just knocked Chad off the wall. I told you Chris is coming to play, you guys. I'm
go
seeing
to
the
the general and save some time. Yeah, I'll do that. Save myself some time and never call your punk ass.
he's so stupid. Let's see. I'm looking at some of the comments here, guys. You guys are so funny tonight.
Michelle Douglas says Steve. I don't know if she means Irwin or Martin. Michelle Nagata says DeVito. Chad Lamont says, damn, what Dion said. I was going to go DeVito, but Dion nailed it. I always watch Crocodile Hunter. Boom, Chad, my guy. That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep reading away.
That's the last of the comments that I can see. Because I've been switching streams and it only shows you like the past.
Mary really is sick, man, because she's a little ornery. She says Irwin and DeVito can both go. They both annoy me. Like she just be cutting heads off all night on people.
Mary, what is going on? How do you not like the Crocodile Hunter? I don't understand it. The only person that didn't like a Crocodile Hunter was that punk ass Stingray that killed him. And Mary.
I'm just counting up, folks. I'm counting up. We're gonna keep the show going.
Michelle Douglas says Martin and Irwin, so she's going with both the Steves. So we've got how many people I got one for DeVito so far. Did you have any other DeVitos?
Yeah, I thought I had a couple of. Who you have that says DeVito? Was it
Michelle Nagata was the only one. Michelle Nagata says, I don't like him. I'm on the Stingray side. And
Steve Irwin has it.
Jesus, Michelle, that's cold blooded. Don't wish death on her, man.
We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We do appreciate it. If you've clicked share, we love you for that. Thank you very much for that. If you guys been hitting those emojis, we appreciate you for that. If you guys been sharing and taking part in the show, we appreciate you for that as well.
Cheers.
Man, I am all I'm drinking is water. I normally don't cheers with water, but thank you guys very much. I do need to drink some water. I gotta stay hydrated, man. I'm not quite out of it like you are.
Well, I have not eaten today other than a few pieces of beef jerky, and I've been drinking, and the claw is raw right now. So
Someone says you're missing my comments.
that's Alan Lawson. That's because you're in YouTube space, Alan, and so
His comments were coming up from YouTube before. I see
well,
that his knowledge of animals and animal care was a lot. Alan, I did see that. Was there something else we missed? I'm sorry if I didn't read it, but I did see it.
I can't see anything from YouTube. This is my first time seeing your comment, Alan, so sorry about that. Michelle says, I'm not wishing death, but don't go messing with dangerous animals. You should leave alone. He is educating the children, the future of our great world.
I believe children.
Yes, he's showing us how dangerous a turtle's penis could be if we stick our finger in that little turtle penis hole. and he was showing us that kangaroo pouches
Even
are
the sense
wet and gross,
of pride
and there ain't no
to make
space
it
for humans in there.
easier.
Sydney was taking us to church. That was funny. All right. Nobody
I
have any.
decided long
Good go.
ago, walk it in one shadow. All right.
We do not own the copyrights to any of the music that you heard tonight.
He don't.
All rights reserved to individual parties.
You quoted that like you've been caught up before.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, folks, we're almost there. We are in our semifinals. Keanu Reeves versus Jamie Foxx. I dare you all. I double dog dare you. Thank you, Chris. I dare you. I swear,
I'm making you pick first. I am acquiescing to you.
Jamie Foxx beats Keanu Reeves easily and often. Not only does he beat him, he slaps him around on Sunday like his eggs were served to him cold. You
That
understand me?
tells that tells me. Are you saying he kills his dog in the movie? Is that what you're telling
Not
me?
only does he kill the dog, he makes him watch. All right, Jamie Foxx beats Keanu Reeves.
I can't disagree with you there. And I love Keanu Reeves, man. He's one of the most down to earth celebrities of all time. But Jamie Foxx is just Jamie Foxx, man. You can't.
Simple, simple.
I mean, like he's given us so many classic things. Blame it on the. I'm not even gonna sing the song because I don't want to do the copyright thing again. But yeah, I'm with you, Jamie Foxx. I'm gonna circle it.
Keanu wins again. He wins it all. I don't know who said that, but I want names. I want
Michelle Nagata,
social
she's
security numbers. What are you
she's being
talking
a
about?
she's being a goof.
Yeah, she's just trolling me. You're trolling me. There's no way you believe that Keanu Reeves makes it past Jamie Foxx. There's no way, Michelle. Tyler, get your wife. Get your wife, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, talk to your wife. Hit her with a stingray and a crocodile tail because she was tripping on Steve Irwin and she damn sure tripping on Jamie Foxx.
Ricky McClay says,
The hummingbird bee. I mean, literally, that line crushes everything Keanu's given us.
I swear to God, if I had asked you to do that, you would not have been able to do it.
I'd have been able to do it. That's one of my favorite impressions.
Ricky McClay says, okay, for real, why the hell do people love him so much? Man, hardball, that's it. Chris Wilkins says, Jamie can do voices for 20 other people. He wins. Facebook user says, Keanu can't act, just action and some funny. Jamie Foxx can do it all and has that Oscar on his mantle.
That was Chad Lamont.
Chad, absolutely. Yep, I got you there.
Excuse me.
Tyler laughs. We tell him to get his wife. He knows. He knows. I'm staying in this other room, bro. I'm not going there. I'm not messing with her. Larry Skigger says you came with facts tonight. Jamie Foxx could probably sound like Keanu.
I mean, we could all sound like Keanu. It's not hard to impersonate him.
Yeah, but that's a good line. Chris knocks Chris off the wall. And Mary Ballard says Ricky McClay, his down to earth personality and kindness. Yeah, it's all swell, Mary. I know
He gave away all of his Matrix money, so that's why Sydney don't like him.
Tyler said he blinks twice. Let's us know. All right. So Jamie Foxx makes it to the finals.
Michelle Nagata says Jamie Foxx wouldn't stop and help me with my tire. Keanu would. And I hate to tell you this, Michelle Nagata, but Jamie Foxx will never be hanging out in your part of town, so you wouldn't ever have him stop where you were stopped. Whereas Keanu loves to ride the bus, and well, that's how that goes.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. All right. Let me see here.
Although Jamie did not get into Cardi B's party, her birthday party.
What?
last year at the end of the year. You didn't see that on Twitter
No,
where
no.
he tried to get in and they were like, "Nah, you can't get in without an invitation." He's like, "Bro, I'm Jamie Foxx. I'm fucking invited." And the bouncers was like, "I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not getting in without your invitation." And so word got back to Cardi, and she was like, "If y'all don't let motherfucking Jamie Foxx in," and Jamie was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm leaving then, right?" Because he wasn't in costume. It was a costume party,
Uh huh.
and he wasn't in costume, and so they were like, "No, you can't get in without the costume." So Jamie was like, "Deuces," and so we got back to Cardi. She was like, "Let Jamie Foxx in," and he was like, "No, no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to party with y'all no more," and he left. So
That is kind of. That's like them not opening up that store for Oprah. No, years ago she she went to go shopping, and then it was that's when people really cared about racism. So, all right, let's see here. We got Jamie Foxx is in the finals. Steve Martin against Steve Irwin. Dion.
you go ahead. I've gone first every single time.
Well,
Um,
hey, I'm going with Steve Martin. This is easy.
oh, get out of here! Are you crazy?
I don't care about animals. I never gave a shit about Steve Irwin.
See, that's your problem
That,
because the crocodile hunter brought the world together with wild animals. You know how hard that is? You know how hard it is to be likable, fucking around with wild animals that'll kill you any day and every day of the week, and then get your wife involved, and then have your two kids involved. What has Steve Martin done? Huh? He told a couple of jokes,
all
huh?
right.
So
Hey man, I said Steve Martin. You disagree? You
I,
say
I'm
Steve?
I'm going with Steve Irwin.
Okay, okay.
Absolutely.
Well,
What's
let's let
up?
the
What's
people
up,
speak.
Keith? Keith Robbins says, "I'm late to the party. I'm
What
what's
up,
up?
Keith?
You've missed most of the show, Keith." Chad Lamont says, "I'm bailing on you, Dion. Steve Martin is one of my favorites." Oh, Chad.
My
Chad,
guy, my guy.
Chad, Chad pulled a Chad.
Look, man, the
You did
jerk,
your namesake.
the jerk alone is worth more than everything Steve Irwin ever done in his entire career.
The world wept when we found out Steve Irwin died. Are you kidding me? It's freaking it's Jesus, Michael Jackson, the Crocodile Hunter. That's four.
Wait a minute. I think you skipped quite a few people. There's no way the crocodile hunters.
When we got that tweet that the Crocodile Hunter was dead, we were all sad.
No, we. You keep saying we all were. There's a lot of we.
We, as in the world, yes.
No, there was a lot of we. Like it was only a matter of time. So,
Whether it was only a matter of time or not, we were all sad when we got that inevitable news that no shit, he died from an animal fucking him up because you probably should be fucking with animals.
look at this. Mary said the world did not weep.
Mary is such a hater tonight.
She
What is
is.
going
She's
on?
on one, man. She needs
She
some
don't like
Nyquil.
nobody. She said
Nothing.
everybody can go.
I'm afraid to say too much to her. Probably make it over to making voodoo dials. All right, I'm looking over here. I can't get a real read off what everybody's thinking. But you and
Chad
I,
Lamont says the jerk. Michelle Nagata said, "Well, did he play the banjo with the Muppets?"
this Steve Irwin, did he play the talking about
I
Steve
mean,
Martin?
he would have had he not have had a stingray stingers pierce his chest while he was
We're trying.
singing with the children.
I think the room is flowing with Steve Martin on this one.
You know what? He gonna lose to the man in the finals anyway. The only person who can beat Jamie Foxx is the Crocodile Hunter. And since y'all knocked him out, I'm just gonna go ahead and crown Jamie the king because Steve Martin don't stand a goddamn chance against motherfucking.
Wait a minute. I love that the world doesn't stand a chance because the only one who can beat Jamie Foxx was the crocodile.
Hey, when I talk about universally loved, man, freaking the Crocodile Hunter was. It didn't matter if he was
No,
on Greenland or Iceland
no.
or Wakanda. Everybody loved. He was gonna be in that movie if he hadn't died. They'd have put him in there.
In Black Panther,
Yeah, yeah. He'd have been the consultant to Shuri to how to deal
put
with
the
this nigga who had wings on his feet.
put the
They'd
white
have been
cloth
like,
down.
yo, hey man, how we get rid of this fast swimming nigga. You know about water animals.
Look, folks, I believe that Dion and I are going to be in agreement that Jamie Foxx beats Steve Martin in the finals.
Yes.
Okay, you guys, if anyone out there wants to make a quick argument why Steve Martin should be over Jamie Foxx, we are willing to take a couple minutes to let you put that in and listen to it. Also, let you guys know Chris Wilson looks like she's taking the wall again as of right now. So you can also take a shot at knocking her off the wall. Looking forward to seeing if anybody can do it. I don't know where Danae's been. Danae is normally who I would lay my money on.
And Sydney is tight with his money, y'all.
Whoa, that is not true. You son of a bitch. You know, can't nobody believe nothing what you say anyway, because you said the world wept. When
The
Steve
world
Irwin-
did
They
weep when the
did not.
crocodile hunter.
They did not weep.
I got a CNN alert. I got a Fox News alert, and I didn't even have that downloaded on my phone. I had.
All right. I don't see anybody coming in to battle it.
I
Somebody
don't
said
have any numbers either.
Ricky said, Dion, step away from the claw.
I'm telling you, man, the only person who could have beat Jamie Foxx was a crocodile hunter.
Nah,
He was wonderful. He had koalas and wombats and kangaroos. And, you know, Jamie Foxx had that movie with Tom Cruise where he was the cab driver and Tom Cruise was the crazy ass white man who was murdering people and was like, all right, now take me to my next spot. What was the name of that movie? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Was it Collateral?
Collateral.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
movie was phenomenal.
Facebook user here says, dying on the heel of crocodile hunters.
That's Michelle Nagata. Yes. Yes.
Good show, good show, good show. Sir, what is your finale? What you got?
My what the hell for this rendition of Now That's Debatable is
What's that?
what?
What you call it?
I said this rendition of Now That's Debatable. My what the hell?
Yeah, okay, that's part I missed. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. My old science teacher Tom Ruiz says Steve Irwin for the win. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My science teacher appreciates all the science that Steve Irwin was given to us about the length of crocodile dicks and whatnot. And you don't stick your finger in that hole
You're making
unless
your
you want
science
to.
teacher very proud of you right now. I think he okay with
He was one of my favorite teachers, and he, you know. But anyway, my what the hell for this week is. What the hell is up with LeBron James crying like a baby because they didn't call that foul when they was playing Boston? Did you see that clip? I know you. Man. So the game was tied up. LeBron got fouled at the end. The refs didn't call it, and freaking LeBron just went nuts throwing a temper tantrum. I'm like, bro, you've been in the league for 20 years. You know that they don't never call real fouls at the end of the game. Why are you storming around like a little kid? This is why they're never gonna respect you the way they respect MJ, is because of your millennial like antics. And as a fellow millennial and someone who's 2 weeks older than you and who will never ever probably make as much money as you have, bro, you gotta grow up. You gotta let the shit go. You can't complain about everything. Stop whining all the time. It's unbecoming of someone as great as you. So my what the hell is LeBron, my dog, bro. You're one of the greatest, but quit crying all the goddamn time.
Is that what it is? Right there?
That's what it is. Stop crying all the goddamn time. Shit.
My what the hell is deeply personal to me this week. What the hell with the game yesterday, man? Before the night is lost. You hear me?
Ha! Y'all didn't lose. Y'all got y'all ass whooped.
We did not look.
Smoked.
First of all, we didn't have a
Man.
quarterback. All right. So my
Well,
what the hell is with all these commentators today acting like there was no quarterback on the Niners side and acting like it was a fair and even playing field for the whole game, driving me absolutely nuts. That is my what the hell this week. Absolutely driving me nuts. I will probably boycott the NFL for the rest of this season based off of
one
that
more
fact.
game.
That's it. I'm just kidding. I'll be watching.
Y'all got y'all ass whooped. That shit. I bet on the Eagles. Thank God. I knew the Eagles were gonna win. They've been the best team in the league all year
You
round,
didn't know anything.
and
You didn't know
I
anything.
have a feeling that they're gonna beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs defense is just It's not good in the secondary, and the Eagles can run the ball. I love both these teams. They're my two favorite teams outside of the Colts. I'm happy if Jalen Hurts gets a championship ring. I'll be happy if Patrick Mahomes gets a ring. I'll be happy if Andy Reid gets a ring. I don't really like Nick Sirianni because he was ass when he was here with the Colts, and then he took the Eagles job. So I really don't want him to win a championship. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun Super Bowl, and I'm looking forward to the commercials. That's for sure.
I'm not looking forward to the commercials. They're going to be trash. They've been trash for quite some time. The only
It'd be better than that raggedy ass halftime show with Rihanna.
Whoa, what did Riri do to you?
She ain't done nothing. That's my point. She ain't made music in 13 years. Why the hell is she doing a halftime show?
Chris Wilson says, "I know who could beat Jamie Foxx, but she isn't on the wall. Betty White. That's who could have beat him. But Jamie Foxx wins all your bracket."
Yeah, ain't nobody beating Betty. She was 99 before. She almost turned 100 and then she checked out. Ain't nobody beating Betty White. I agree with that.
All right, guys. You guys have been outstanding. Thank you guys for
A
being
lot
here.
of fun. Great show, guys.
Yeah, another solid one. Another solid
I
one.
disagree with everything Michelle Nagata said.
Tyler, go hug your wife because Dion beats up on her too much every Monday. I think a little bit.
She's
Hey,
always wrong.
Hey, for everybody
Her
out there, I want everybody to know my second film, Section 17, that I premiered here last year. Thank you, brother. I will be dropping out there for you guys to see. I'm gonna just throw it out on YouTube. Again, this is the second film that I made. I would love to hear the feedback from you all when you get a chance to see it. If you dig it, go ahead and please share it, share it, share it. If you don't dig it, just pretend like you never saw it. But I'll be dropping that soon, and I'll let you guys know about it.
What did Pop say? Don't tell nobody.
Also, Dion and I will have more dates coming up, so if you guys can get out and see us on stage, that would be great as well. We'll be locking in some stuff in for the Patreon. So for those of you, I've been holding off on the Patreon because I wanted to get it right, sit down with my brother, make sure we had everything squared away for that. Looks like we are, so that will be coming back. So we'll be putting that information out. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, we would show appreciate
It's
you.
going to be a bonus show for all our patrons. It's a completely different show than the Now That's Debatable that you guys get each and every Monday.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a lot of fun, a little different setup than
yeah,
what you're used to. So
yeah.
make sure you join that Patreon and hit that share button, you guys. Share with all your friends and family and your, people who you rock with, people who you don't rock with. Shit, fuck it. Spam their inboxes with our show.
So that'll be coming at you real soon. Also, Chris has done it again. So Chris is our champion on the wall for the second night, second week in a row. So she'll be getting her prize sent out to her. We appreciate you, Chris, again for jumping on and enjoying the show, hopefully, and taking part. And now we're going to start this thing all over again next month, and we'll see who can take the title next month. You guys have been absolutely awesome and amazing. We appreciate the
Great
support.
job, guys.
Love you guys so much, so much, so much. Everyone have yourself a great rest of your week.
Bye. Boom schlang, Steve Irwin.